So it looks like the tag train has made its way towards me. I've recently been tagged in a video by my friend Ashton at the Binge. 10 fragrances that a designer, if you could only keep 10 for the rest of your life. Trash everything else, no new releases, you're on a deserted island, you've got 10 fragrances. Probably should be worried about more things than fragrances. But anyway, I've got these 10 fragrances. They're not in a specific order, they're just the 10 that I would keep. I'll explain more as you watch. Go ahead guys, and stay tuned. What's going on guys? I'm Joshua and this is your channel, Scentsense. To all my loyal subscribers and returning guests, salute. And to all my new viewers, guys, I know YouTube doesn't have a DVR option, but we have these crazy things called subscribe buttons. You click that sucker, every time I make a video, it'll pop up in your feed, guys. And if you click the icon bell and take it the next step further, guys, it'll literally send you a message or an alert on your phone that I've dropped a video. It's bananas. More often than not, when you start off a list, you start off a list with the weaker fragrances or the fragrances that you may not be into as much, and then you end with the ones that you really want to stir some excitement about. But the fragrances that I'm going to start off with are signature scents. These are fragrances that, in my opinion, you could wear in multiple situations. These are ones you could reach for when you don't have a specific reason or what you want to wear a fragrance for. You just want to smell good. Guys, signature scents are what you'll be known for. It's the fragrance you'll wear the most. For me, the two that I would choose to do that would be Versace Dylan Blue and Versace Pour Homme. Versace Pour Homme, as many of you have seen in many of my videos ad nauseum, is my favorite fragrance of all time. As you can see, as always, it's pretty low. Look at that ocean-like wave there. This fragrance has been worn by me for many special occasions. I actually bought this as a tester, that's why there's no cap. I was not into fragrances as much as I am now at the time, so I didn't see a need for a cap. I wore this fragrance on the first time I ever met my wife. I wore this fragrance on our first date, on our honeymoon, on our anniversary, when we got engaged, when we got married, when our daughter was born. Do you see the trend? This fragrance can do everything, guys. Summer, spring, winter, fall, dress up, dress down, going out, going to town, it doesn't matter, upside down frown. Whatever you want to wear this for, guys, it will make it happen. And much like its older brother, Versace Dylan Blue will accomplish the same thing. This leans more towards the newer style of fragrances with the ambroxan, the incense, the patchouli, the smoky, woody, soapy smells. You're gonna get the ambroxan that every fragrance in their mama has right now. This fragrance right here does a lot what the other fragrance does. It just does it better for today's day and age. As you can see, I don't know if you can see because it's dark blue, but the bottle is about this full, so this full. I've used this just as much as the Versace Pour Homme in a much shorter time because it just works, guys. I think that this, in my opinion, is the best ambroxan fragrance out there. I think it's better than Bulgaria Atlantique. I think it's better than Dior Sausage. I think it's better than Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. I think it's better because of a couple factors. Number one, cheaper. Number two, in my opinion, slightly more versatile. And number three is kind of the same as number one, but you can have 2 to 3 bottles of this for the same price you'll pay for Dior Sausage or Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. And it's a lot easier name to pronunciate. So for signature scent, guys, we're gonna go with Versace Dylan Blue and Versace Pour Homme. My next category is gonna be light freshies. These are fragrances you would wear to like a job interview, maybe like a lunch date, something light, inoffensive, fresh and clean, something you can wear for an easygoing occasion. These fragrances that I'm talking about, guys, are Dior Homme Eau and Banana Republic's Vintage Green. Dior Homme Eau came out before Prada L'Homme. It's better than Prada L'Homme. It's cheaper than Prada L'Homme. It's just overall a more complete fragrance in my opinion. It leans less towards the iris. The iris is still there, but it's a much fresher and lighter approach to iris. It's easier to wear in my opinion than Prada L'Homme. Not that Prada L'Homme isn't easy to wear. I do own a bottle of that, but I think that this is a much better version of Prada L'Homme. This actually came out first. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people will think that this actually copied Prada L'Homme because Prada L'Homme was hyped to the utmost extent, but this was the originator out of that kind of fragrance. It's a fantastic fragrance. You should definitely check it out, guys. Dior Homme Eau. Completing the light freshy category is none other than Banana Republic's Vintage Green. Vintage Green is one of my favorite fragrances. I think it's one that I'm synonymous with. I've actually got a review for it if you'd like to go check it out. This fragrance does a lot of things right. It's light, it's inoffensive, it's soapy. It does what Mugler Cologne set out to do. It does what Original Vetiver set out to do. And just in my opinion, it does a lot better. For the price you're gonna pay for this, guys, you can't go wrong. If you go to a Banana Republic outlet store, about 90% of the time they'll have a 50% off sale, and you can get this bottle for 25 bucks. That is dirt cheap. If it's not, it's only like 40 something bucks. It's worth every penny in my opinion, guys. You should definitely check it out. You should definitely go check out the review too if you want to learn more about it. That's Banana Republic's Vintage Green. So for light freshy, guys, the fragrances that I will go with are DIOR Homme and Banana Republic's Vintage Green. The next two fragrances I'm going to talk about come from the strong freshy category. These are fragrances that are definitely freshies, but have a little more bark and a little more bite. By bark, I mean they'll tend to project a lot better than the average freshie. They don't sit as close to the skin. They definitely let people know that you're there, but they're still fresh and inviting. The fragrances we're going to be talking about, guys, is Bulgari ACQUA and Acqua di Gio Profumo Special Blend. I'm fancy. We'll start off with Bulgari ACQUA, the water droplet / hockey puck of the fragrance community. A lot of times this fragrance is overlooked for Bulgari ACQUA Mara and also for the recently added Atlantique. That was a close call, almost dropped the sucker. This fragrance will definitely do the job when it comes to being fresh. If you want to have a cologne that you can spray on during the summertime, late spring, early fall, you just spritz it on, guys, and this will definitely work for you. It's got this sea salty vibe, but it's got this dense sea salty vibe. It's not as light in my opinion as the flankers such as Aquamarine, Atlantique, Aqua Amara. But I think that it gets the job done. I find that this is a little more sophisticated of a freshie. I think this is more for like a business setting. I think this would definitely work in like a church setting. I think this is what a man should smell like during the summer. I love this fragrance, guys. Bulgari's ACQUA. The next one we're going to talk about is Acqua di Gio Profumo Special Blend. I had the regular Profumo version for quite some time. I liked it, but I think I just didn't give it enough time and give it enough of a chance. I got rid of it quickly. I recently added this back to the collection in the special blend version, and I know it sounds ridiculous. I just find that this one vibes with me more. Whether it be the better ingredients or some fancy stuff from Morocco or the fact that it's black and gold like my Saints, I don't know what it is about this one in particular, but it definitely works for me and it's garnered me a lot of compliments in such a short period of time. So Steve, you know who you are, buddy. Thank you so much for hooking me up with this fragrance. I'm definitely gonna put some good use to it. So for strong freshies, guys, we're gonna go with Bulgari ACQUA and Acqua di Gio Profumo Special Blend. The next category we're gonna talk about are sweet fragrances. Fragrances that will project in a very crowded environment. These are fragrances that I'll reach for if I'm gonna go to a concert, if I'm gonna go maybe to have a few drinks with some friends at the bar, or if for some odd reason I decide to go to a nightclub. Fragrances we're going to be talking about, guys, are Superman and AZZARO's Wanted. Jean Paul Gaultier Superman is a flanker that has been duplicated many times. The very first one was Popeye, then it was Superman, then it was some stupid bottle with a dumb looking drawing on it, and then they released another one where it's, I don't know. Jean Paul Gaultier, stop releasing the same fragrance over and over again with a different skin. It's pretty agitating. I think the main thing I like about this fragrance is the fact that Superman's on it. It's the main reason why I purchased this fragrance. I'm very nostalgic when it comes to Kal-El. I know a lot about Superman, probably more than I should. I love the stuff about him. I love everything he's about. And I love everything about this fragrance. It's got the same DNA from Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, but it has an added sweetness. It's not cloying. It doesn't project for a very long period of time, maybe 3 to 4 hours is when people will actually be able to smell you unless they get close enough, but that's why it's for me. This fragrance is definitely for me. I wear it for me, and I'm not afraid to over apply because it never gets cloying. It just seems very pleasant. Guys, if you're looking for a freshie that's gonna work and that's gonna be agitating when you move it around like this because it makes lots of noise because of this stupid thing, Jean Paul Gaultier's Superman. Next up is the 6th shooter of the fragrance world. That's AZZARO's Wanted. AZZARO's Wanted is a fantastic fragrance for that night out occasion. It's sweet, it's alluring, it's seductive, and I think it just does a better job of what Invictus set out to do. It's not nearly as cloying, it smells a little more well-rounded. Guys, this fragrance just gets the job done. You should definitely check it out. That's AZZARO's Wanted. So for our sweet night out fragrances, the two that we talked about, guys, are AZZARO Wanted and Jean Paul Gaultier's Superman. The last category we're going to talk about is special occasion fragrances. I love these fragrances because even though I don't get to wear them often, when I do get to wear them, it just feels special. If I'm wearing a nice pair of chinos and a nice blazer, this is what I'm going to reach for. A wedding, a get-together, just any kind of special occasion, this is what I'm going to reach for, guys. The fragrances I'm talking about are Tom Ford's Noir Extreme and Dolce & Gabbana's The One EDP. Tom Ford's Noir Extreme does the job when it comes to being unique. It's a very sweet and seductive fragrance. A lot of people will be confused by this fragrance at first. They will think it's slightly feminine, and it kind of leans a little bit so, but when it dries down, it gets this sweet, like well-rounded accord. It doesn't have like a smoky weight to it, but it almost seems dense, like a thick, sweet smell. I love that about this. It's completely different than your average sweet smell, which is very in your face and bubblegummy. I love the way this fragrance works in a suit and tie setting, guys. You'll definitely be the only guy in the room who smells like this because this is not something that is often worn by most guys. Definitely check it out if you're interested in being unique, guys. That's Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. The next fragrance needs no introduction, guys. Dolce & Gabbana's The One EDP. Dolce & Gabbana's The One EDP does a great, fantastic job at being dressed up. My favorite part about it, which is the most complained about point, is that it doesn't last forever and it's not a big time projector. Guys, when I'm wearing a suit and tie and I'm out at maybe a wedding or something and I'm with my wife, the only person I want sniffing me that much is my wife. First of all, I don't want no ugly looks if some woman walks up to me and is telling me how great I smell, and I definitely don't want my wife giving me that side eye, wondering why a bunch of people are sniffing me. This fragrance will do exactly what you want it to do, and that will make you smell sophisticated and important. This fragrance will definitely do the job for you guys. You're gonna have to reapply. I promise you that's gonna happen. If you're worried about projection, just put a decant in your pocket, stop complaining, and I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. So rounding out my list, guys, are my two special occasion fragrances, guys. It's Dolce & Gabbana's The One EDP and Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. That about does it for me, guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass the torch along. I'm gonna name 3 fragrance reviewers that I definitely think will do a great job at capturing exactly what this list means to them. The first guy I'm gonna talk about is a new and up-and-coming reviewer. He's from the UK. I think he deserves way more praise and adoration than he gets. The quality of his videos are phenomenal, and he's become a good friend of mine. The guy I'm talking about his name is Chris. He's from FRAG-MENTAL UK. So Chris, cheers, mate. Let's see what you got. Let's keep the international love going. The next guy we're going to talk about is Joy Amin. I think I say his last name right, but I just like the way it sounds. Amen, amen, amen. He's been a well-known fragrance reviewer. He's from Bangladesh. Definitely check out the link below and go check out his channel. The guy is just super nice. He's passionate about fragrance, and you can tell that it comes from the bottom of his heart. Last but not least, a fan favorite of the fragrance community, a just well-rounded, all-around nice guy. His name is Gary. He's from the channel No NonScents. You should definitely check out Gary. He's fantastic. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you know what guys, I appreciate y'all input anyway. Go ahead and subscribe, guys. That way, whenever a new video is linked, it'll go directly into your feed, so you won't have to look forever. It'll be right there in front of you. If you want to take it a step further, go ahead and click the bell icon. If you click on the bell icon, it'll give you updates and notifications when any new video that I release drops. And as always, guys, thank you so much for everything y'all do. I'll smell you later. Peace!